Like Purdue, it's just an example. Purdue losing to Fresno State is okay. We still win the Big Ten West. For me,
Billy Napier gets fired. I'm just kidding.
really the best time of the year. I will be seated watching the Red Zone for 7 hours on Sunday. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of Backyard Banter. Tanner, James, Johnny, we're gonna get right into our pick'em like we do every Friday episode. Tanner, what do we got first?
Tough week last week. 3-7.
I mean, we're hit or miss.
We're hit or miss.
Some of those games were so mid too.
But like
literally mid.
Like when they have Louisiana versus Troy, like
I don't know.
I'm
Did
sorry.
we pick that one right?
I don't know. Can't remember, but so big week. I think every time we've had a bad week, we've turned it around and gone crazy. So first game we got Duke versus Louisville, ranked matchup here, top 20 matchup at Louisville. So take it away, fellas.
Yeah, I circled this as one of my favorite games of the week. There's not a ton of games. Like there's some good football games, but there's not a ton like we've had in the weeks past. But Louisville's favorite in this game. Duke is just a strong team this year. I love the Blue Devils. They're going to be able to run the ball all over Louisville. And again, I'm not super sure on that Louisville team. I think they had a huge win against Notre Dame, but I think that was more so of a
They lost. It was to
some bogus team. Yeah, that loss was just not. That was maybe not necessarily Louisville football either, but the Notre Dame win was not.
Teddy Bridgewater is not walking through that door.
No, yeah. So I like Duke here.
Dude.
I like Duke. They're going to run the
Riley
football.
Leonard playing? Do we know?
I just looked it up. They said
he's questionable.
He's like questionable.
Yeah.
It looks like he might not play.
But regardless, I like Duke. Duke's defense is really good.
Yeah.
So I like Duke.
I was gonna take Louisville.
Just because of Jeff Brown.
No, Jeff Brown always comes to play against ranked opponents. So I don't know. I like him in this spot. I like Louisville. Next game, Iowa State versus Baylor.
Oof.
This is a tough one because both teams are
Big 12 matchup.
And Baylor, I mean, they lost to Texas State earlier in the year. Just not. I'm pretty sure the Big 12 team lost to Texas State.
Yep.
I like Iowa State here. I really like their head coach. I know he had a few years ago when they had Brock Purdy and David Montgomery. They were really good, and I like them in this spot. I like Iowa State.
Yeah, I like Baylor personally to make things interesting for you. I don't know. I know Iowa State's like not a heavy favorite, but they're probably favored by at least 5. I think.
It's 5.
No, I think it is. I think Baylor's 3-4. So I think this Baylor defense though is good enough to maybe stop this Iowa State team. I haven't watched a ton of Iowa State football, but I've watched enough Baylor to, feel pretty confident in the pick. So I like Baylor here.
This is tough.
Yeah.
Iowa State's got the better record. I'm gonna go with Baylor just because it's at home.
Yeah.
Iowa State
Aranda
traveling to Waco, but I can't. What do we like? This is the second week you've had Miami of Ohio on this.
Dude,
like
the MAC needs some love.
The dude that does it must be in Miami of Ohio.
It's Miami of Ohio versus Ohio. Miami of Ohio lost last week to Toledo.
It's a dude.
So.
It's a dude.
Yeah.
And I think Ohio might have lost last week to NIU. Maybe.
It
was a close game.
Ohio's
very good. So I like the Bobcats here.
I'm going with Ohio as well.
I don't care.
Dude, you've never been to a action game. That's the issue.
It's not on my bucket list.
Well, we can go to an action game 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
So, all right. Of course they're on here.
Purdue and Nebraska.
Nebraska.
I don't know why this is on here either.
Feed me the Cornhuskers.
I just like Matt Rule, man.
Yeah,
a lot of his press conferences come up my For You page on TikTok and on YouTube. He's fun.
He's a smart guy. He's a guy that was in the NFL, came to college football.
Not to mention, he really turned around Baylor. Baylor almost got the death penalty for all this stuff.
He's realizing
Art Briles, and he came back and revitalized that program. So
he's realizing some things need to change. Like when he was talking about the Michigan scandal on his press conference, he was like, "Put a mic in the quarterback's helmet.
I agree.
Make this game quicker, right? If you don't want sign stealing, it's simple. Direct play right to the quarterback."
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know. For me, we don't have to talk about this for too long. The college football is coming a lot like the NFL, and one of the signals and stuff is one of the things very unique to college. You already got rid of the clock stopping off first down.
Sure.
So I don't know. Maybe that's why people might be reluctant.
maybe they're trying to differentiate themselves, but at the same time, it's the same football.
It is.
So
It is.
It's the same exact football, same rules and everything. So
Tanner's got Purdue.
I mean,
you can pick them. It doesn't matter.
we have you got Michigan left, and that'll be 6 loss. But then you got Nebraska, Minnesota, Northwestern, Indiana. Those are all 4 winnable games to get to a bowl. However, I like my trends in sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Purdue lifetime, whether it's football or basketball, is 0-8, I believe, after playing within a couple days of a Taylor Swift album. And so I am going to stick.
Is Swift dropped an album this week?
Yeah, she dropped one last night. So I'm
don't care.
going to stick with that trend and take Nebraska.
All right.
Don't you ever say you don't care about Taylor Swift?
I don't.
I don't either, but I love
that.
my trends, and that's a
She's
trend.
the darling.
Here we
of
go.
football.
This is my game of the week.
Game of the week, we got number 8 Oregon at number 13
This is
Utah.
my game of the week.
No? Florida, Georgia.
Not my game, but yeah. I like Oregon here. Really like Oregon in this spot. Just with Utah, the Barnes kid, like he's good, but how long can you continue to win with a backup quarterback? Right? They just announced that their starters out for the year. I saw a stat that I was listening to Joel Klass show, and Utah hasn't lost at home with a full crowd in 27 games. I know that they're on a 16-7 game win streak, but they lost once in COVID. But with a full stadium, they haven't lost in 27 games. So this is one of the best environments in college football. Bo Nix, 19 touchdowns, 1 pick, man. It doesn't really. You almost can't do better than that.
No.
And Utah's offense has to be better. They're not playing USC this week.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's defense is legit, and I like Oregon here to go in and get a big win.
Yeah, I worry about Utah's ability to score the football this week. They're going to score enough, but Oregon is they have so much firepower on both sides of the ball that they can just, they've done it. They can score 80, right? And so I just don't think Utah's defense is going to be good enough to stop Bo Nix, because Bo Nix is on a tear. Oregon they are one of the best teams in college football. They have a bad loss, but
we picked Utah like 8 times though, and they win every time.
Yeah.
So they're just a fun team, man.
Yeah.
Whittingham's one of the most underrated coaches in the country.
But
He's awesome.
at what point do you not win with a backup quarterback? I totally agree. So I like the Ducks here.
I like Utah. They're so gritty. They're at home. Good defense, good coaching. I think Utah's going to get it done. They don't lose at home. They beat USC at home last year, and everybody thought they'd lose. Kind of a similar spot here.
Yeah.
Give me the Utes.
Yeah, game day.
Did you pick the Utes?
No, I picked Oregon.
So, hey, we got Oregon, bud. Come on now.
My bad.
Come on.
Oh my, some Mountain West football. We got Wyoming at Boise
That's
State.
not Fresno State.
They've only lost once. It was this Wyoming team.
I like Wyoming here. I think Boise State. They used to be a team. They used to be a team.
They were awesome.
That was so cool because they had the blue
field,
right?
It
was so cool. As a kid, you're
They
like,
still have it.
I know, but it's not as cool anymore, right?
As a
But
20-year-old,
as a kid,
it's
you're 10 years old, 12 years old. You turn on ESPN at 9:30, and there's a blue football field.
I
You're
had to
like,
turn on ESPN.
holy cow! Yeah,
Come on now.
Right.
Boise
So
State.
I like Wyoming here. I think Boise State down this year.
I still look at the field and
Give me
get
Wyoming.
excited.
Did you know there's a school around here? I think it's Bolingbrook High School that has a black football field.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, what in the world? If you're a football player in August and you're like, sure, let me go practice on this black
That's
football
brutal.
field.
Yeah, I like Wyoming here too.
I was gonna go Boise State. Even though they're 3-4, they're favored pretty heavily. So I don't know why, but I was gonna go Boise State. But we got Wyoming. Tennessee at Kentucky.
Yeah, underrated game this
Yeah.
weekend. I love Tennessee here. Tennessee losing to Bama last week. Joe Milton really showed signs of life, and I really think I talked about it after the beat Florida. I think the Kentucky win over Florida was kind of like a one-off. They kind of had a historic day on the ground. Devin Leary isn't all that, and I kind of spotted that out, and I've been correct for that from that point on. So I like Tennessee here.
Yeah, I don't think Kentucky's just not as good
Yeah.
as we thought they were after that big win. And Tennessee looked good last week, so I'm pretty happy with the Tennessee team that we've been seeing as of lately, trending up in the right direction. And I think this is a better coaching matchup for Tennessee. So feed me the Volunteers.
Mark Stoops.
Yeah, I'm going with the Vols as well. We got.
You're telling me Florida Georgia is on this pick?
No, but there's a worse game.
But Temple Texas State is on this pick.
Troy.
No, it's Troy.
I didn't even see it.
I'm gonna go
Insane.
Troy.
I'm not even picking this game. Whatever you guys want to pick. It's ridiculous.
Troy works for me.
All right, Oregon State at Arizona.
Tanner, what are you gonna do? You're in love with both these teams.
Man, I love Arizona State, but
Arizona.
Oregon State, but this is I had it
Fresno State's on this thing.
written down on last week's episode. This is a massive trap game here. Arizona's been playing really good football. They played Washington kind of close at home. They beat UCLA or Washington State, right? Like Arizona's playing good ball. But I'm gonna go with the Beavers. I just think they're too much.
I got Oregon State too. I think Arizona got their big win last week, even though they are at home. I like DJ. I was a hater in the first half of the year's turnaround.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Beavers are.
We don't go away.
It's set to be a trap game.
Yeah.
Spreads at 3. Arizona's at home. They're 4-3. Oregon State's been playing very good football. So like, why is the spread only 3? But like you said, it is set up for a trap. But I still like the Beavers here. I think DJ's really finding himself. So.
And then our final game, we've got a 6-1 UNLV team going to 6-1 Fresno State.
Fresno State, I don't want to talk about this game at all.
Yeah, I've never watched UNLV, and I only watched Fresno State because they played Purdue.
Shout out Tark for
Give me the Bulldogs.
Feed
Feed me the Bulldogs.
How
many points?
In Oregon, Utah.
47. I don't know. I'm terrible at this stuff.
63.
I'm
Utah's not
gonna
gonna score that much.
I'm gonna go 54.
Dude, 55.
There we go. Have we gotten any of these right? I wonder.
No.
We got pretty close.
Can you look back or anything?
All right, we're talking. At least I'm going to talk about Florida, Georgia.
Yeah.
I don't know how that game wasn't on there. This is one of the top 10 rivalry in college football for me, and very similar to the Tennessee game. Like helmet game, you see these two helmets. You know it's a big deal. 230, 330 CBS every year. Again, I talk about the Tennessee game. This game means more to the people down south. Like Georgia fans need it probably a little more than Florida fans because Florida fans got more stuff to do than Georgia fans. But it's just a massive game.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I'd rather live in Florida than Georgia. But
that was kind of a shot.
It was a shot. I hate Georgia. But
I think it's a beautiful state.
Yeah.
Peaches, right?
Yeah, they have nice peaches.
Great peaches.
But this is the first test without Bowers, right? He got hurt, but each team, they have their bye, so they have 2 weeks to prepare. I think we always talk about the trenches. It's always a big deal. Who's going to win the quarterback battle between Mertz and Carson Beck? And I think whoever plays better than that and limits turnovers is going to win this game. It's no secret. Florida has to win the turnover battle. Has to happen. He needs to win the turnover battle. And look, this Georgia team isn't as good as they were the 2 years prior. But if they still hit that level like they played against Kentucky and South Carolina, I don't know if any team can beat them. But Florida needs to run the ball, win the turnover battle to have a chance. But I mean, Georgia's going to be too much. Like they're still too good. Florida's on the right path. They just signed another 5-star prospect last week. They have the number 3 recruit class. I mean, they're on the right path, but they're not there yet. So I like Georgia, but I think the spread is 14.5. I don't think Florida's going to lose by 2 touchdowns. But yeah, I like Georgia to win, but Florida to cover if you're a betting man.
There you go. Yeah, I like Georgia here. They're gonna roll. Florida's just been shaky. Like, and you know it. Like you're not one of those fans that knows that Florida's better than they are.
Florida's not very good.
They show some really good signs of life, and it's not even life for this season. It's next season, right? Because they're young enough to be able to.
They don't have a single starter that's a senior,
which is incredible. That is crazy, especially in college sports nowadays.
Yeah, they have a few redshirt juniors. There's a few guys that'll go pro, but Ricky Pearsall, most underrated receiver, at least in the SEC. Need him to be big. Trevor Etienne's got to be able to run the ball. He's the most dynamic running back they have. They have Montrell Johnson, but Trevor Etienne is the most explosive running back they have. Need it. I mean, like I said, it's just a huge game for the people down south. Like, I would be there's nothing. There's no event that would take me away from my TV from 2:30 to 5:30 on Saturday, and it's one of those games. It's just one of those games that means.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have much else to say on this game. I like Georgia, so just give me the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I hope it's a good football game.
I just hope Florida's competitive. That'll be a big step. They don't need to win, just be competitive.
I just like watching competitive
Gotta be
football
competitive.
games.
I want to see a good game.
World Series time. The Fall Classic is here. Definitely, I don't know if anyone would ever predicted this World Series.
Not preseason.
D-backs, Rangers. We're going to give our predictions, but first I want to what a gritty win by the Diamondbacks, man. Yeah. Going into the bank and winning 2 games, just incredible grit. And same with the Rangers. Both these teams were down 3-2, one on the road and then won a game 7 on the road. The Rangers only have won 1 game at home this postseason. It's incredible.
It's incredible. Tanner literally looked at me. He said, "Can the Diamondbacks win 2 in Philly?" And I said, "No, I don't think so."
Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, Kyle Schwarber, and Trey Turner combined 1 of 27
they were bad.
Game 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And Bryce Harper, Trey Turner both times came on with people on the last 2 innings. That's why you pay them $300 million, $200 million. Yeah. And trust me, Bryce Harper has been more than worth the contract. Yeah. Trey Turner, who had an incredible season after a shaky start, had a good postseason. But I mean, right there, 2 opportunities, man.
I am so impressed with the Diamondbacks pitching. So impressed. It is
Fiat, the rookie.
It is a starting line. It is a starting rotation that you're like not overly overwhelmed with.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed with, I should say, when you're looking at it on paper. And then they just all played. They all pitched well.
Yeah.
And their bullpen came in huge spots. It's not like Arizona was putting up huge numbers. They were just literally not letting.
And
Philly
they got these dudes off
score.
the scrappy. Ryan Thompson, I know all about Ryan Thompson. He played for the Rays.
Yeah.
He was terrible on the Rays.
Yeah.
And now he's pitching the 7th inning of a Game 7.
Crazy.
I don't know
you
what
got Corbin
it is.
Carroll, and Corbin Carroll will be
he's
a star.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bound for greatness in this league. It's just crazy because the Diamondbacks were in a situation where we didn't even know if they were going to make the playoffs.
Both of these teams lost 100 games 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? And that's what baseball's about. Don't get me wrong, I don't love the idea that it's a Rangers Diamondbacks World Series, but like it is cool because you can see the turnaround. In other sports, you don't see the turnaround this fast. You really don't.
Well, I mean, for me and the Diamondbacks, like if the Cubs were to win a 13-inning game like 4 weeks ago in Arizona, they wouldn't have even been in the playoffs.
Yeah, but they wouldn't.
I'm not saying the Cubs would have made the World Series, but that's just like how.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
You give a team an opportunity and they get hot, then that's all.
And then they went in, they swept Milwaukee, swept LA, who won over 100 games, and then took Philly.
I mean, I had the D-backs going to the NLCS, but I did not. I had my NLCS.
I had them losing in 5.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I had the Phillies over the D-backs in 5. So.
Yeah, who you got? World Series.
I just hope it goes 7 games.
Yeah.
I can't really predict a winner. I think both teams are on fire.
You're gonna have to predict one.
I'm gonna go with the D-backs.
Ooh, I like
D-backs in 7.
D-backs in 7. I just want to see it go 7. Right now we got Gallen versus Eovaldi Game 1. Rangers are to be dated for Game 2, but Merrill Kelly going for.
Yeah, I forgot
D-backs.
Montgomery pitched in the Game 7. I don't know if he's gonna be available.
Yeah.
James, you go.
I got Rangers in 6.
Yeah.
They are playing some great baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, the pitching is there.
Yeah.
They're scoring a ton of runs.
Yeah.
I love this Rangers team. They're fun to watch.
They are fun.
They are fun to watch. So.
Corey Seager's might go down as the most underrated player of this generation, this era.
If he keeps it
from
up.
the 2010 to 2023. I mean, World Series MVP. This is going for a 2nd ring. 2 different teams. All he does is hit. And if Shohei wasn't alive, he would have won MVP this year. And I got Rangers in 6. I'm rooting for the D-backs. Shout out Evan Longoria. I just think the top 3 of the Rangers have to be Eovaldi, Montgomery, and Scherzer now back. I know he hasn't looked too good, but
he looked better in his last start.
He's still Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
I think the D-backs can get to the Rangers bullpen in 2 of those games, but I think you could really see like an 8-2 Rangers win some of these games because their offense can be too much. I hope it goes 7. I just hope I like both these teams. Like, I kind of hope Longoria can get his ring, man. I'm a big Longo fan, but. Yeah, give me Rangers in 6. Though.
One thing we never mentioned was how good the Rangers looked in Game 7 of that series.
Dominant, man.
Like they
we didn't really talk about
enough.
enough.
They were just raking. I mean, they got a really good pitcher out of the game in the 1st inning.
Yeah,
like that.
Framber was finals for the 2nd in Cy Young last year, was he not? And the Rangers lost the division.
Well, it wasn't Framber. It was Christian Javier.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking about Game 6. Yeah, Christian Javier also, but the Rangers went into Houston with a chance to win the division, the 2nd to last series of the season, and got swept. And then they go back and they win all 4 games in Houston. It was like the 2019 World Series. We were talking about it again with the Astros.
It was incredible.
Also, we got to talk about Jose Altuve's Game 5 home run. So gritty. Like you can talk about the cheating and all that.
He might have cheated on that.
All he does is hit in big spots, man. I'm a Jose Altuve fan personally. The cheating is whatever. He won one without it, and he's not whatever. But
I don't condone cheating.
Yeah, I also don't condone cheating.
Therefore, I hate Jose Altuve.
Hate's a very strong word, but the fact that they got one without it, and they've been to 7 straight.
He got one without banging on a trash can. Congratulations.
But I think Jose Altuve is money, man.
He is. He's really good, and I like when they mic him up in the game. He was singing.
Did you see the meme where they watching it? It's like, we'll send it. We'll put it on the screen. It's like. Jose Altuve's rewarded with screen time after hitting the go-ahead.
Yeah. He's so small. He's so small, but he was singing like Taylor Swift. Yeah. I think it was like his daughter might like Taylor Swift, or maybe it was Olivia Rodrigo or something like that. It was one of those stars, and he started singing it during the game. Like they were like, "What song?" He's like, "I don't know the name." They're like, "You can sing it." He's like, So like he's just playing second base in the MLB and he's just singing a song.
He's a fun guy, but
yeah, super excited.
Rangers, D-backs starts tonight. We all just want a good series.
Absolutely.
Right? Postseason's been a lot of fun so far. But let's go right into the NFL. Quickly, I just want to take 1 minute on the Bucs. They lost last night again. I said the Bucs were going to be bad in the preseason. None of this surprises me. It's just the game management, right? And they were down 2 touchdowns with, I think, around 8 minutes left. And you take a 6-minute drive to score. Not so much that they got bailed out on 2 fourth-down penalties, so they shouldn't even have scored.
Yeah.
The game management, the second straight game, has been really bad. Todd Bowles is an incredible coordinator. I've said it maybe 5 times. He's not an adequate NFL head coach.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're 3-4, and they're still so alive in this division. I don't want them to win the division.
You're gonna watch Bucs playoff football.
Yeah. But obviously, I want them to win the division. But what are they going to do? They win the division and get steamrolled by the Cowboys or Eagles, who's going to be the top wild card of the NFC East. And the thing is, Baker is doing good. That's the thing. People want to hate on him. He is being set up to fail. The running game was better last night, but still terrible. The head coach doesn't know how to manage the clock. The first-year play caller, and he throws for 270, 2 touchdowns. Look, people can hate on Baker. I know his kind of personality can rub people the wrong way, but I've been a Baker fan. Like then again, you need special quarterback to win, and he's not that top-end quarterback, but he's done more than enough for the Bucs to win every single game they've been in.
And here's the thing: the Bucs would be so much better if they just had a salvageable run game, because you don't necessarily have to be special at quarterback if you can run the football. And the fact they don't have an ability to run the football makes him really not as good.
It makes him play hero ball. Yeah, and there are 2 receivers, Godwin and Evans, one of the best dudes in the league. Great to have.
Yeah.
And when you start the first 3 drives, second half, punt, all from within your own 10-yard line, you're going to set up to fail. Josh Allen's, say we're going with Jackson. Josh Allen is too good to be set up with that kind of field position.
Top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So
a big deal in this game is the Bucs had a field goal blocked in the first half, and if you get that in,
it's a 3-point game.
Then it's a 3-point game in the end. That changes everything.
Yeah, shout out to Chase McLaughlin, by the way, hit a 57-yarder.
Yeah.
Bucs have notoriously, Ryan Suckup couldn't. He's like Santos, who apparently Santos can make it from 55 now, but Suckup couldn't make it from past 50. They brought McLaughlin in, and he's been a really nice addition. But it's just really tough as a Bucs fan to sit there, and Al Michaels and Herbstreit is saying that, like, you gotta go faster. Like, they're huddling up when it's taking 30 seconds. The play clock's running down so far. It's just,
and like you said, they got bailed out because I was watching the game on the way back. The 4th and 10 on the
face mask at the very last second.
They called illegal contact.
It's just
like
it's bad.
Whatever. It wasn't necessarily a bad call, but it's like you got to take those opportunities. The clock's stopping.
You just need to have some sense of urgency, and it's just really frustrating that it's the same mistakes over and over again. Okay. What happened last week to Atlanta? Oh, couldn't run the ball. Time management was bad. This week, couldn't run the ball. Time management was bad. Yeah. And when are we going to see a change? They get their mini bye, go to Houston. A lot of winnable games on the schedule. So we'll see. That's enough Bucs talk. First game I want to talk about, Tanner, your Pittsburgh Steelers host. I'll be dare to say James's Jacksonville Jaguars. And fun game here. One of the better games of the weekend.
Super excited about this game.
I have this one written down. It is my upset pick of the week. I have the Steelers. I just like
2.5.
2.5. I like the Steelers at home, protecting their home field.
Well, I hope you do. They're a top 5 team in the NFL.
Mike Tomlin is a much better coach than Doug Peterson, in my opinion.
They each have 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's not crazy to say. Mike Tomlin.
I think Mike Tomlin's a better coach.
Yeah, he might be a better coach, but
Kenny Pickett does not like. Here's the thing about Kenny Pickett is I know you say you need special to win at quarterback, but like with this Steelers defense, like Kenny Pickett just has to be average.
Yeah,
like,
but they're never going to win Super Bowl with Kenny Pickett.
Right, but like what I'm saying,
what I'm talking about.
Like
no weapons.
George Pickens, come on now.
Najee sucks.
I'm not talking about that.
But they can't run the football.
But Jalen Moore,
they got weapons.
Jalen Moore's pretty good. Deontay Johnson's healthy now.
They got weapons.
Yeah, they're fine. TJ Watt, I think, is the best defensive player in here.
Yeah.
I know you might think
Miles Garrett or Miles.
He's up there.
He's up there. Miles Garrett. Whatever. If you pick any of those 3,
I will say until I saw Miles Garrett jump over the center and block that field goal.
At 6'6", 270.
Yeah, he's too big to be doing that, but. Yeah, I mean you're a beloved Steeler fan, and you've been. I love that you've been riding with them all year long.
James, say you're a Steeler fan, so they'll lose. Whatever team, football team.
Dude, you know what? I'm not like that. Okay, I'm not that bad. I like the Jags here. Trevor Lawrence has been playing better football. They're being able to run the ball.
Yeah, ETN scored in like 5 straight games.
Yeah,
and
he gets a couple, it seems like, every other game. So I really like the Jags here.
I don't know who to pick. I kind of...
I just don't think the Steelers are that good.
Steelers at home, though. Steelers at home. And the Jags have been so inconsistent. Like, some of their wins have been like 16-12, like 19-13.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I'll go with the Jags. Not confident at all. I'm not. If the Steelers go and win this game, this is a Steeler-type game.
It is.
To win. Bengals at 49ers. No Brock Purdy. Sam Darnold.
I think it's a
getting the
huge
start. It's big. Bengals coming off a bye. Joe Burrow, I think we'll see him, as healthy as we've seen him all year.
Yeah.
So at 49ers, game of the week, CBS.
Niners have been struggling, right? And you pointed it out, and it was a good take,
Yeah.
right? The 49ers have been struggling. I think the thing about it is, and we're going to find out, is it a system thing?
Yeah.
Because Sam Darnold.
And are they going to lose 3 in a row?
And that's the thing.
what
I don't see the Niners losing 3 in a row because all you have to do really is give the ball to CMC.
Yeah, but Debo's not playing. Debo's a huge part of their offense.
But I just think I'm really worried for the Niners to lose 3 because of the fact that Joe Burrow is hopefully going to be fully healthy, and they've been trending up in the right direction in general. You had a bye week, and they were able to watch the Niners play last week. I like the Bengals here. I really do. Yeah.
I mean, this is tough for me because I don't see the Niners losing 3 in a row. But I think the Bengals are getting healthier and healthier. The Niners just came off a tough Monday night game, kind of a short turnaround for them. I like the Bengals here. I just don't know what we're going to get in Sam Darnold, right? Like, what Sam Darnold are
I
we
picked him
gonna
up in fantasy.
get? Yeah, I mean...
I'm like, better than Russell Wilson.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, what are we going to get from Sam Darnold? You know CMC's going to do his thing, but, like, are they going to have a passing game that's competent?
And Brandon Ayuk has to be better.
Yeah.
Because he was... Debo didn't play last week, and Brandon Ayuk only had 5 catches.
Talking about ETN scoring in 5 straight games, CMC scored like 17 straight games.
He's so good.
So good, so consistent.
So good.
All right, so now we're going to get into the Bears at the Chargers. So Bears coming off a win. Chargers kind of struggling right now. Good football team that's just not playing well, not winning ball games. Bears come in with a backup quarterback on Sunday night. I'm always excited when the Bears play on Sunday night. I think it's always fun.
Yeah, of course.
No matter how bad you
Carrie
are.
Underwood starts singing, and I'm like,
I like Chris Collinsworth too. Everyone gives him a bad rap. I like Chris.
He's got some great teeth.
He went to Florida.
I'll be ready to run through a wall come Sunday night.
All right.
So I don't know, James. What do you think? Before I get into it, what do you think?
I mean, I love Tyson Bagent. I think he's the next coming of Jesus. So I love Tyson Bagent. I mean, the arm sleeve with tats is pretty sick.
Yeah, he's tough. He's a dude.
He looks. I got a video on TikTok of him like singing at a karaoke bar after the game. So sick. That's my quarterback, right? He's not running. He's not running on top of Dunkin' Donuts, right? Being plastered all over the interstate in the city. I don't know. I'm being harsh, but I like what Tyson Bagent has been able to do. But I worry about this Chargers team. I think they are way too good. They have too much talent on both
Brandon
sides of the
Staley
ball.
has to be coaching for his job, right?
100%. If they don't win this game, I
can't
think
lose to the Bears. It's at home, right?
It's at SoFi.
And they're like 9.5 point favorites, 8.5 point favorites. I don't know. I want to root for the Bears, and I'm going to root for the Bears, right? But the Chargers are going to run this game. I don't see a way they don't. They're too good. They have a better quarterback. I'm nervous we're not going to get the same Foreman as we got last week. But I don't know. I like the Chargers here, but, go Bears.
I agree. I'm with the Chargers here. I think we kind of say teams are due for a loss. Sometimes the Chargers are due for a win.
100%.
And, we'll see. If the Bears come out and win this game, I'd be surprised if it wouldn't be like,
right.
Surprising, you know what I mean?
I'd be.
Hang the banner if it happens.
Yeah,
what banner?
We won on Sunday night.
Yeah, I like the Chargers here.
I will say though, I would love a Bears win, just so I can talk to all the Justin Fields fans out there. Because you know what?
Talk to him.
Tyson Bagent, man, I'm not going to do it too early, but if he wins this football game, I don't want you to ever talk about Justin Fields again.
What if they win 6-3?
That's a gritty win.
A win's a win. Because you know what Justin Fields is going to do? Get that win.
Did we need to win?
You talk a little bit. Let's go. Let's hear what you think.
For me, there's 2 big matchups in this game that I will be looking at. Bears' offensive line played really well last week. This Chargers D-line's really good. lots of talent, so I'm interested to see how we hold up there. And then defensively, the Bears, I think they have a top 5 rush defense in the NFL. Like the Bears' run defense has been quietly good, but our pass defense is not, and that's what concerns me. They got Keenan Allen, they have Justin Herbert, so like this is going to be the matchup for us on that side of the ball. Is can we contain Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen? If we do, I like our chances. I like Tyson Badgett. Like I'm not going to come out and say I don't like him. I like Tyson Badgett a lot. I want to see him win. I'm not one of those guys that wants to see him lose because of Fields, or I want to see him win because of Fields. Like I just want the Bears to win. That's all I care about. I want the Bears to win.
I hope he goes for 400 yards, 4 times.
Me too. But at the same day,
and then we
still not
can Justin Fields and we send him to the CFL.
You guys are crazy.
I just hope the Bears win. That's all I want. I want to get back in this thing. 8 to 9 wins get you in the playoffs in the NFC. Our schedule sucks.
Six wins might get you in the playoffs.
No kidding. No kidding.
Sucks.
Yeah,
James, I was more off topic. You asked me earlier why it's better to be a Florida fan than a Georgia fan.
You were thinking about it.
Not really. It just came to me. I was thinking like, what am I gonna do if the Gators lose tomorrow? I'm gonna hang out with my beautiful girlfriend. And I'm gonna hang out with the boys.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be okay.
But what about Georgia? They're gonna do the same.
No, they're gonna go to their log cabin in the woods by themselves and be alone.
Dude,
I'm sure there's
Georgia is literally a great state.
No, I've been to Georgia.
Okay, I've vacationed in Georgia before.
I love Georgia. I'm just hating. But you see, at least outside of Sanford Stadium in that area, yeah, they're just not going to be happy.
I guess we'll find out. Let's move on.
Let's get into our draft, man.
All right. Yeah. So Johnny won last week by
2 in a row. Man.
by
Don't
like
let me get hot.
over a point.
Don't let me get hot.
I'll be the one to say it. In other news, I might have
You set a record for the lowest.
broke the
points.
record for lowest points. I think I put up like 20 points last
20.
week.
I think you got 20.
Holy crap.
20.
So
Well, that's what
That's
happens
bad.
when you draft Brian Hoyer.
I wanted Aiden
Accidentally.
O'Connell. They didn't. play him.
Oh, man.
No, they didn't play me. He got a touchdown.
He probably had more points than Brian Hoyer. You guys
That
didn't
is
take
true.
Hoyer.
Well, I
Doesn't matter.
Then
You still lost
O'Connell
by
would have.
30.
I would have been fine with
You could have had both of them combined.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
thanks.
You should have been able to draft the Raiders quarterbacks like that. That could have been your draft.
Sick.
So who got the first one this
I
week?
think it's me.
I have the
You
first
have it?
pick.
Or is
When
it
do
yours?
I
was
get the first pick?
next.
I swear
Okay.
I've never
You
gotten
had
the
it
first
last
pick.
week.
So I have second.
You have third.
Gosh.
So I got the first pick this week.
I love drafts.
My first pick, I'm going to go with a wide receiver. Philadelphia plays Washington. We saw what the Bears were able to do to their past defense. I'm going to take A.J. Brown at receiver.
I like that.
So I'm going with A.J. Brown.
I'm looking at my players that I've used, and I haven't used CMC yet. And we talked about it with. That's right here. We talked about backup quarterback. They need to rely on him more, so I'm going with CMC. I think in order for them to win, I think CMC has to be
I
special.
mean, Johnny just won. That's a great take.
Thanks.
I'm a little nervous for this pick. Okay. So I have two. So I'm just gonna go with a clear one. Vegas plays. Who they play? Can't tell me who they play.
Detroit.
They play Detroit.
It's a fun.
It should be a good game. I like Devontae Adams, so I'm gonna draft Devontae Adams.
Ouch.
You're right.
Ouch.
He was really good in the first half last week, and then disappeared. And I don't think it's his fault. So I like Devontae Adams here. And then with my second pick, I'm gonna go with the Purdue Boilermaker if he plays. Like Raheem Mostert
Raheem
is
Mostert.
questionable.
Yeah,
So can I draft another running back right now if he's not?
You could
play?
take Jeff Wilson Jr. Their
No.
back.
No, that's what you do. You take him.
Yeah,
he
You
doesn't
take
play,
Mostert or Jeff Wilson Jr.
Hold on. Give me some time then. Dude, this is. Is he gonna play? He's gonna play, right? I don't want Jeff Wilson. All right, give me Raheem Mostert. This is the first time I've ever picked a Purdue Boilermaker. So
I'm back up, right?
yeah, you are.
I'm going with Puka. I haven't taken Puka yet. I have him on fantasy, and he just shows out. He's only had one game with like under 12 fantasy points. Really like Puka, him and Cooper Kupp. The Rams, we didn't really talk about it. The Rams got the Cowboys in Arlington. So, I mean, Matt Stafford likes he's a gunslinger. I think they're going to be down. They're going to have to throw the ball. So
Yeah, he's a dog.
Feed me Puka.
My second and third pick, a little bit kind of out of the box here. I'm going to go with Gus Edwards at running back. The Ravens play the Cardinals. I think that's a good matchup for Gus Edwards.
That's a good pick.
He's been
I
scoring a
like
lot
I
of
was
fantasy
thinking about
points
it.
I like that
recently.
pick.
And then my third pick, I like Sam Laporta in the Lions in a big
good
bounce back spot. So Laporta and Gus Edwards for
There we
me.
go.
And then for me, I haven't taken him yet. Archangers. He had a huge game last week. Again, going against the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals kind of know where they're at now. A few teams began the year all think they can win the Super Bowl. Now the Cardinals are like 1-6, and might slump over a little bit.
Right.
Give me Archangers.
Yeah, so I got my final two here. I'm gonna take Gerald Everett.
That's fun.
I thought about
It's a
that.
fun.
I actually think the Bears have an opportunity to shut down Keenan Allen.
That is the Chargers tight end, by the
Yes.
way, Mom, when you're watching.
But Gerald Everett, I think, has been so good before, and I think he's gonna have so much opportunity because I do think Jalen Johnson's gonna be good enough to maybe guard Keenan Allen. So we'll see. Gerald Everett, Chargers tight end for me, and then I think the best pick is gonna be a quarterback who's playing against the worst defense ever to play in the game. I'll take Patrick Mahomes.
Who are they playing?
Denver.
Ooh, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
Wait, they just played Denver.
I was nervous. Somebody was gonna pick them.
Did they not just play Denver?
They did.
Like 2 weeks
It was like
ago.
It was
19
Thursday
to
night, and then they
Yeah,
played
because
Sunday.
I picked Mahomes on that. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So he's due. I'm
So
gonna go with Lamar. I haven't picked Lamar yet. He had a huge week last week.
Sure did.
Again, that Lamar and Mark Andrews combination, I like that.
You like that?
Guys, I want to have fun.
He's gonna
You
draft
said it last
Tyson
time you
Bagent.
had 20 points.
Tyson Bagent on Sunday night. Give me primetime Tyson.
He's never played a night game in his life, probably. I don't even know if his college had lights.
Yeah, they probably didn't.
D2 college.
Our
I'm
college
sure
had
they
lights,
had.
though.
I'm sure they had lights. Yeah.
I just want to have fun.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm all with you. Just it'll be me versus Johnny at the end of the day. So-
Like it has been the past.
Bro, what are you talking about? My team's gonna go off.
what are the records for fantasy?
You guys are both 2 and 3. I'm 1 and 4.
All right, so we got to get back to 500.
Imagine
We got to get back
4
to 500.
losses.
Yeah.
Or
okay.
I could
It could
just,
very much be
It
me.
could be me next week.
or I could just tie things up.
That'd be
You
great.
could. That'd be gritty. Yeah.
All right,
You know,
we good?
Badger goes off, Edwards goes off, AJ Brown goes off,
Yeah.
Laporta goes off. We're sitting here next week. We're all 2 and 4.
Hey, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, God willing. If you made it this far, like, subscribe, share the video. Thank you for, we eclipsed 150 subscribers. Thank you so much for that.
No.
And yeah, we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Let's go. We'll see ya.